Morning, Mr. K.
Yeah, good morning, Eric.
Hmm. Yeah, today our topic is the listening skills, which is one of the very important thing in communications. And I think everyone's know that listening skills is very important in communication. And in my experience, every time I open a communication book, and it always will mentions the listening skill. And but I actually have very little idea about this, and I don't really know what does it mean. So yeah, do you have do uh do you actually have the same experience as
Yeah.
me? Yeah, and like you open a communication book and you always can see there's a part two about listening skills.
Okay. Yeah, because just now has got some delay. I know whether your important point. I just say the listening the listening skill, and then you open when you flip open the some books, and then you find there is a part talk about listening skill. Any other than that, because I only hear
Mm,
until yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
So
almost.
experience.
Mm, yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, almost every communication skills book will talk about listening. Will mention how important the listening skill are.
Yep. Not necessarily. You're not referring to the language book, right? You are referring to maybe some books uh teach you some skill of
Mm,
communication, how to communicate
yeah,
better with others, right?
yeah.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I think yes. I I often came across something like uh knowing what time, knowing uh to listen to others, and then also to give opportunities for others to express their opinion or thinking. Yeah.
Mm. But is listening skills really that simple?
Yeah, actually, when I look at this topic, the listening skill, I know you're not referring to the just the literal meaning, which is like uh, whether can you hear every single words in the sentence other people say, and also like know the vocabulary of the words. um yeah, I think it is like more than that. It also involves some understanding uh of the sentence, what the person really want to say or express.
Mm. Yeah, and when we talk about we say okay, somebody's listening skills is poor, what we actually means.
um Basically, I think it is like when we say scheme, and then he didn't do accordingly, or he did to ask something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, it is not like purposely he don't agree with it and then he didn't do it. It is like he follow, but he do it another way.
Mm.
It is not we assuming he will do.
Mm. How about is it kind of like non-work related? For example, you are speaking, you're talking with your friends, and
Mm.
both of you can't can't really comes together. You are not on the same frequency.
Yep.
Is it also something related to listening skill?
Yeah, I think it is. It is occasional. In my opinion, listen. Sometimes I can hear what you say, but sometimes uh, 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 make an answer. We say so later. Uh, maybe thinking.
Mm. Yeah. Can you summarize your point yourself, because there is some bad connections.
Oh, yeah. Just now I just say in our conversation, you and me, I think you had a better listening skill than me. Sometimes when we talk about something, you ask me questions or you express your point, you speak out your point, then sometimes I didn't quite. It's not like I don't really know the meaning, the every single word's meaning in your sentence. It is not like that case. It is like when uh, putting all together uh, uh, many times and I didn't want to say that is not. I think it's not a problem. It is my problem because when I express my point, uh, you can catch it. Yeah, I think I didn't express quite well. Uh, get what I want to say. Yeah.
Mm. So yeah, it means listening skill is also related to the understanding, and also it it partly related to how you can link one thing to another thing, because
Mm.
conversation is kind of like A B C, keep continue,
Yeah.
and but this is not like reading a book, and because we don't have any preparation, and people may give some example in the middle, and also people may say
Mm.
some other thing in the middle, and it also maybe there's some delay due to some thinking, or due to maybe some poor connection.
Yeah.
And so that it require the person, the listeners, have the skill to kind of like link the key point together, A, B, C, and maybe there's a lot of subsets inside the A. There's a lot of, for example, inside the A got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside the B also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this example is try to help you, the speaker try to help you to understand more about the key point, which is maybe A, maybe B, maybe C. And but as a
Mm.
listener,
Yeah.
you not only need to understand the key point A, B, C, you also need to try to link them together. A, B, C, what does A, B, C link together? What the speaker trying to say? Do you actually mean like this?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Even
So
though some bad connection, but I think I can hear your point with some delay. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah. So far, we came across some key point. For example, listening skill is not just you have the ability to hear people sentence, people words. You're familiar with the word. You're familiar with the sentence. There's no jargon you don't understand. there's no language problem. And this is not just that. So it's kind of like you can understand people trying to say and not only the literal meaning. In short, read between the lines. And then the second is the time you say listening skill is also like you don't misunderstood people meaning. You can read between the line, but you can read the wrong line. You can misinterpret the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And so it also means that the second point is you need to know whether you really understand people trying to say. And maybe you need to have some mechanism to confirm, to verify your understanding. And then the third point we also mentioned is also related to the understanding, but this is like link one point to another point, and then adds and when you link them together, it will add the knowledge, it will add the new information. So you need to take into the new information into consideration. You cannot just listen A, B, C and trick it different part of information. You need to link them together. So there's also a linking skill here. And linking skill require you to thinking, critical thinking, yeah, and also maybe creativities, yeah, or maybe also require you to put yourself into other people's shoes, try to think in what situation, in what scenario, in what environments, and why people say this kind of say this kind of thing, and at this situation, at this kind of environment. For example, I make one example in the past. For example, people say, I want to kill you. I'm going to kill you. You will die on my hands. But what does it really mean? Does it really mean that they want to kill you? Does it mean that they want you to die? Does it mean that tomorrow they'll kill you? They'll go to your house and kill you? Maybe no. Maybe this is not maybe this is not the implication. Maybe they want to express their anger. They really feel angry on your behavior. Or maybe they're fully disappointed. Or maybe at that moment they really think they want to kill you, but this is an emotion. Yeah, this is an emotion expression. But after some time, when she cooled down, does it really mean that he or she will prepare some weapon and plan to and to kill you? Maybe no. Yeah, probably no. And so it also linked to another point, which is the next point: the environment, the context, and also whether it is an emotion expression or whether it's a rational expression. Yeah. So do you agree this point?
Yep. Can you repeat your last sentence? There is that connection.
Do you
very
agree?
last.
Do you agree this point?
Your point is about what? Environment and context, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so and
yeah, is it something like hear me? Hello.
Mm. Yeah. The last sentence
Okay.
is
Yeah.
it
Now I can.
something like what? Mm.
Oh. Just now, we talk about. I repeat your point, which is environment and context. And you asked me whether do I agree with this, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just want to make sure with you, that the environment and context here. Um. Yeah. Is it referring to like what context? Well, this in what environment, in what context this guy is like uh saying this thing or not saying this thing, even though he may like the case just now, he may say he want to kill you, uh
Mm.
but in the real meaning, it is just like expressing the anger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the environment and context and also the emotional rational expression. Mm.
Yeah.
And
I
mm,
also include body language, right?
include what?
Body language.
Yeah. It also can be included. Mm. And okay, and then so it linked to the next point, which is how do you know if one listening skill is really good or bad? And when we came across the point in the communication skills book,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
they often just talk about you need to pay attention to what people talking. You need to really open your mind, open your heart to
Mm.
fully pay attention what they say. You need to give the opportunity to let them say. Don't just keep interrupting people talking. Mm. But is it that just simple? And what and or maybe you think this is just all about the listening skills, or maybe you think there's more than that. If there's more than that, that means there's something lack here. And if it's that, what is the thing lack here?
Okay. Yeah, I think I repeat your point because
Mm,
also
can
the connection isn't that well. Um, in some books, they say maybe we need to wait other people or give opportunities to others to say and don't interrupt them. Maybe in the wrong timing. And then you say uh, this is not all about listening skill, and they are something uh, lacking here, and uh, there are more than that when we talk about listening skill. Is it something like that?
yeah, and I'm asking your opinion whether you think is correct.
Uh, yeah, I think whether it is correct, it is not all. Yeah, I would say like uh, give other people time to say, to express, don't interrupt. This is this is like a part in in the listening skill. This is also included.
Mm,
Yeah, but it is not all about this.
yeah. So why is the part missing here?
And that is yeah, it's the internal process in your mind, in your brain, when you receive informations from others. That also could be a listening skill, right? Uh, 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 what to be prioritize what is the forward in. Yeah, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you keep trying to fix a thing? Are you keep trying to move the thing? Move
Yeah,
your
actually, I moved
actually what?
outside from
Oh.
my building.
Mm. Mm. I think why not you just fix it the place? Because if you keep moving
To see
and you know,
where it is. Yeah.
I miss okay, I miss why not you fix it at a place and then
Mm.
because if you keep moving, the internet connection will just become poorer and poorer because the signal need to relocate, retarget your phones again. If you
Okay.
fix it at a
So,
place and then after some times it may just become better.
okay. So now I didn't move here. Okay.
Mm. Yeah. And okay, and yeah, just now you talk about miss something we're missing here.
Yeah.
And it could be anything we mentioned just now. We should not fully understand what people are trying to say,
Yep.
misunderstood people are trying to say. And but how? How do we really improve it? It's not something that okay, we know the problem is we are not fully understand what people are trying to say. And
Mm.
also we misunderstood what they're trying to say. We don't know how to differentiate whether is an emotion expressed or is
Mm.
this rational expressed. We don't know what is the context means, what is the environment means. We couldn't link the environment with the thing they're trying to say. We don't find any linking, and also we also couldn't find linking between their point. We also couldn't understand their main point they are trying to say. We know all the problem, but how to improve? What is the key thing related to all of this?
Um. Yeah. Sometimes it's like uh yeah, not really easy. This remind me of in the past in the school, especially language, uh, either is Mandarin, Chinese, or English. We have one part which is comprehension. Yeah, even though at that part it is not exactly the same like speaking. Other people tell you something, but it also involves some understanding. Something maybe appear in the passage may not be the main focus of what he say. So um, yeah, it requires some comprehension skill, understanding. In speaking, I think it is not the same as the comprehension test because speaking sometimes is uh, like two ways. You can if your counterparty says something you are not clear, you can like verify with him or maybe ask some questions to him uh, so that um, the the action of asking or like the process can help maybe reduce some misunderstanding or uh, or some missing points in the conversation.
Mm. So it actually means if you're not sure whether whether the information you receive is match what people are trying to say, you just confirm confirm and confirm, and you ask question to confirm, is it?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. And so out and what do you think is important? Yeah.
Okay. Can you repeat your last sentence?
Oh, yeah. It is like you can ask, you can throw out the question in your mind, and also you can ask your counterparties to repeat some points, or you repeat the points to ask whether uh this is correct, this is what you want to express. If you think
Mm.
this maybe point is very important, you couldn't miss it, so you can like do something like a double confirm with
Mm.
this.
Yeah, and okay, I give you an example. For example, okay, let's say, yeah, because you're a teacher and let's say I'm a parent that comes to you, okay, and I I want to confirm whether you are the teacher that can let me feel okay, feel safe to put my child at you here to become your students, and whether your teaching ability is okay, whether whether my child academic result will get improved or not.
Yeah.
And so I will ask you some question. For example, yeah, for example, how many years experience you have, and also mm, how many students you teach in the past, and how many students you are handling nowadays, and also do you think you can handle my child? And yeah, if I ask you this question, what do I really mean? As a teacher, you are listening of this thing, and of course you are answering the question one by one. But what do I really mean?
um yeah, I think you are not sure um whether uh whether you are it is just like a lot of questions. You don't have enough uh uh enough,
Confident?
maybe, yeah, confidence. You have no idea the quality of this tuition center, of uh, how well basically I teach.
Mm. Now then,
Yeah.
how do you respond to that?
Um, yeah, for this one, I think um, yeah, if they ask something like how many students I teach, something like that, I think firstly I would try to avoid the real question, which is like all the student, all my student, how many are there? Yeah, I can try to say that how many students in a class. Um, yeah, because for this one, yeah, to be honest, because my student isn't that much, so maybe he or she will not have enough confidence. So I will try to like focus on uh, number of students in the class, and then how will it affect the efficiency, the effectiveness in the class. For example, if in the school, if there are 50 students in a classroom, only one teacher, so uh, the teacher couldn't like express or exchange the opinion with every of the students, but maybe in our tuition center, the class setting is like 5 to 10 students in the classroom. So we have those uh, uh, relationships so that we can like have the opportunities uh, to to communicate with students easily.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. If the parents still ask like how many students you teach in total, yeah, in that case, I think yeah, maybe he really want to find a teacher which is like very experienced and then a popular teacher, so that it actually signal that this teacher is at least not bad, so that he has a lot of students. In that case, I think yeah, I could I can only tell him the truth, how many students, but I will try to like uh, tell him the strength of me, something like that.
Mm. Okay, how about another case, which is, for example, yeah, let's say you are a teacher in a tuition center, and you just and maybe you take over a new class, and your business partner is briefing with you. What's the important point you need to remember? What's the thing you need to do? They try to remind you something. They try to uh let you know something you have to do, and some problem you may face in the class,
Yep.
right? And we all have this kind of experience when your boss try to brief you the job, brief you the task, and so it could be anything. And what's what your boss is trying to say, and how do you respond to them?
Okay, for these things, I think yeah, the boss he worried that I make maybe some big mistake and not only affect and then maybe her image or what. So
Mm.
he actually thinks I have not, I don't have enough experience to uh,
Mm. Yeah. Hello.
myself or ability. So
Mm.
my reply will be uh, when I uh, when I have like a bigger problem or some challenges, uh, I will uh, I will ask your opinion, or maybe uh, ask for your approval to make some big decision.
Mm. So, for example, what let's say your business partner, your boss say that, okay, you have to speak louder in this class, and yeah, um because the air condition is very new and it's very cool, and people
Mm,
will very easy to sleep if your voice is not loud.
mm,
And also, second point is, and and you have to try to ask questions. You have to try to get the involvement, and you need to ensure the student really understands, because in this class, this is all the students, they are not the kind of like the top student, and they don't have kind of like the automations, the initiative to try to learn new things, to try to become better in academic. They don't have like the pursuing in academic. So you need to ensure they understand the thing, and you need to ensure they can really do the exercise. Yeah. Yeah. So what? Oh, so what if your boss telling you something like this, and how do you respond to them?
Yeah, I think for here it is not only one problem, like speak louder, but also like use uh quite a lot of tactics in teaching. So I can ask for the tactics that he is using, and then and say that I will try it to see whether it is like suitable in my class, whether it is effective. And yeah, if I have some uh, other experience of how to get this kind of students involved in the class, I can also ask, uh, uh, share with him, and then to ask him for maybe advice or opinion whether it is good, or you have other better ways to deal with this kind of problem.
Mm. Yeah. So for example, telling a joke, right? Something like that, or maybe give some play some game, play
Yeah,
some games. And
is
yeah, of course, this is very short times, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, something like that. Maybe
yeah,
like do some exercise in the middle, ask everybody to stand up, do some exercise, for example, like this. Or maybe, yeah, if this is if really this is a air condition problem, you try to adjust the aircon. Maybe you shut down after 30 minutes, something like that, and you will try to make your student able to focus, not uh, not affected, not influenced by the temperature, so they can really focus. Mm.
yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, and so at here we kind of like
yeah. But this is like thinking of,
mhm, what
yeah. But
thinking of what.
in the in place, yeah, I think just now you mentioned about trying to fix the problem by finding some solutions. Yeah, I think this is good, but in the workplace, in my opinion, when especially your superior or your boss, your supervisor, tell you something like this, I think it's better like to ask uh, what is the ways, the methods he is using, or what he want to see that I do. Yeah, maybe they just feel worried about your performance. So if you like try to follow what they expect to see first, if you can do that, and after that maybe you can include some of your own methods to see and to try whether it is effective, instead of like I have my own ways and then I use my own ways. I think that will not help in reducing the worryings of your boss or your superior.
When you I think when you keep asking, when you keep asking and keep asking, every time you keep asking, and do you think it's good? It's kind of like you don't have much confidence on your skill. You don't really not you not really know what she's talking, and you need to reconfirm, to verify. of course, yeah, asking is good, but there is not only one way to confirm your understanding. You don't have to ask to confirm your understanding. You can share them your point, and if they think it's not good, they will correct you. Oh, okay, actually it's not a temperature problem. It's just this group of students, they don't pay attention. They will correct you, something like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And because your boss, they want the thing get done. Yeah, they want the thing get done. And when they think, when they have some doubt, oh, you are not really understand something. Okay, I will explain more. But if they don't know which part you are not fully understand, which part you are not clear, how can they explain into detail? It's no use for if they just repeat all the point once again. No use. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a detailed explanation in a particular part. Yeah. So my point is, you not only sometimes you ask the question and they just repeat the same point, you know. And so that means you can ask, you can, if you have some clever methods to confirm your point by asking, you can ask. But why not you share your point of view, and then to see whether your point of view match their expectation. If yes, then good to go. If no, they will correct you. Wouldn't it be a better way if you ask their tactic, if you ask their methods? They also couldn't share you much thing.
Yeah.
They also tell you something. For example, make your voice clearer and speak slower. Yeah, they will just repeat the same thing. Maybe get some involvement, tell some joke, do something like that. But it's not just doing the thing. It is the idea. It is a concept. What you should focus, what you should pay attention on it. To increase the student involvement, engagement, something like that. To kind of like find some way to really suitable for this kind of group of people, this kind of group of students, and at the end the goal is improve their academic result.
Like he give you the page what you need to pay. Yeah. Eric.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, between the sentence there are some bad connection.
Yeah. What sentence?
Yeah. Just now before I say, before I say my sentence, before that I actually has a blank for 1 or 2 seconds.
So which part are you missing?
Yeah. Just now I say like maybe they just if the boss just repeat the same thing when you throw a question, maybe they give your let you know their expectation, what they want to see, maybe some results, or maybe let you know what is their focus. Then they actually expect you to solve the problem. Use any way you need to try, or maybe you need to try and errors. As long as you can achieve this is what you want to see.
Yeah, you are right. And there's not something like they hire a robot and give some script, write some code, and the robot do something for them. There are also many things they're not very clear. They know what they they know their expectation, but they don't know how to solve a problem. They can solve a problem, but it takes time, and they don't want to take their time to solve a problem. They dedicate you to solve a problem.
Yeah.
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 So if you kind of like keep asking them, it's kind of like you want them to do the thing. So yeah, it's also one of the problem. But so far we kind of like have a clearer idea about this, which is listening skill is not a passive skill, it's an active skill. Even though listening is kind of like a passive behavior, but no, it's an active, it should have the active attitude. Yeah. And you need to confirm your understanding with people expectations. Yeah. So listening skill. So to answer the question just now, I throw out what is a missing part in all the books that talk about listening skill, and just like give a chance to people say, and don't uh don't interrupt people talking, and also really paying attention to their talking. Yeah, don't kind of like look around, look around and think some other thing. Is it not? It's not enough. And what's the missing part is here. You really need to have an active attitude. Yeah, you really want to try to understand what they're trying to say, and use any kind of method, use any kind of tools, any means to confirm your understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like our today conversation, even though the bad connection, but we still can get together, and we can try to let people understand what we are trying to say, and also try to understand the counterparty trying to say. Yeah, it requires listening skill. Yeah. So I think this is all the point I want to make. Do you have any point you want to add in?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe just a summary, because yeah, a lot of interruptions because of delay and bad connection. For the language, how do we listen? And we discuss, it with us to have an active attitude, to also like have the two ways communication, to make sure you understand and he understand. He also uh, verify what you have, maybe repeat or ask. Hello. Yeah. So it's the method, right? Beside of this, do you think, do you have we covered any methods specific to the ways to improve?
Yeah. So the active is kind of like a mindset, right? It's a core thing. It's a very important thing. And what's the implication of active?
Active application is like, you need to take initiative, to no matter how good or bad your listening skill, but you just want to make sure it is correct. So you take the initiative.
Yeah. And also one of the implication is listening skill is not you understand people trying to say, is you let people know you understand what they're trying to say. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's the implication here? how to let people know you really understand they are trying to say.
Yeah, maybe you can like me make a summary uh, of the point that your counterparty say, and if it is not correct, he must know, because this is his point. He must correct you. Yeah.
Yeah. What if they dedicate something to you to do? For example, just now, the example we made just now, the boss asks you to do something, and they actually had three things. Had three things you need to let them know. You really understand why they pass you the job, and also how to do it, how you're going to solve it. You want to let them know you can handle it. And so the first thing is expectation about the goal, or about the reason of doing things, the main concept of the thing. Yeah. So for example, maybe the goal, the main thing is make the customer satisfied. Yeah, because it's a new customer, we want to focus on make them satisfying first. So this is our goal. Our goal is not want to earn as much profit from them first. We also want that, but now our first goal, our most important goal for this client is we want to make them satisfying. Yeah, and we want to build the trust first. Yeah. So because the goal is not fixed, right? The expectation is not fixed. So this is one thing you need to understand. You need to confirm. And what is the second thing? The second thing is maybe how you will react, which is the solution, or maybe your behavior, how you're going to do. You cannot just say, "Oh, I understand your expectation. I understand your expectation," and that what you're going to do to solve it. Buy a lollipop to your client, right? Make them satisfying. Buy an ice cream for him, for them. It's also, yeah, to you is a way to make them satisfying, right? Or bring them to let's say the client is a male. Let's say the client is a male, and then you bring them to some park, and to some bar, and to find a prostitute. Yeah, it's also one of the way to make them satisfying. But maybe your boss, no, you cannot use this method, because their company is very, very professional, and we cannot use this kind of method. You cannot get them to the park. Yeah, because so far in my knowledge, these clients maybe already married, and also their moral value is their culture. Maybe they come from some country that have a very, very strong culture that hate the prostitute, something like that, or they may have some religions, or maybe you just, okay, I can bring them to eat foods. Yeah, but what if the food, this is not the food they can eat because of their religion, because of their culture?
Yeah.
You try to make them satisfying, but your way is wrong, because you are not fully understand how to make them satisfying. You don't know what your boss really means to make them satisfying, to build trust. Whether to bring them to the golf club and do some exercise to build trust, or bring them to pub, or bring them to eat some foods, bring them to take them to look around, to travel. Yeah. So it could be many ways to make the client satisfied. It can be many ways to get the sales, to get the order, and also to build trust. But what kind of way your boss expect? You understand the goal, you understand the expectation, you understand the reason of of the task.
Yeah.
Is your methods suit the expectation? So it's a different thing. So that you reconfirm with your boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So got two part, expectation and also the behavior. And yeah, you also you not only need to, and you not only need to let people understand, you understand the expectation, also need to let them know you understand how to solve problem, in how to in what direction. Yeah, so anything want to add in?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
anything? Yeah, can now can. Anything want to add in?
Okay. No. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Talk to you tomorrow, Eric. Goodbye.
Goodbye.